This is the Scrap Metal and Commodities Recycling Report brought to you by BENLEE, Roll-Off and Open-Top Trailers and Raleigh and Goldsboro Metal Recycling. Monday, December 21st, 2015. In this report, prices continue to stabilize, with some upward pressure continuing on steel pricing, and 2 steel mills with scrap operations received a buy rating on Wall Street. Steel production in the U.S. dropped a bit in the last reporting week. With a reduction of imports and U.S. continued slow growth, we can only hope production goes up from here. With that said, at the current 64.2% steel mill utilization rate, mills are having a tough time remaining profitable. In January, 11 months ago, rates were closer to 77%, 20% higher. While tough to see on this chart, the oil rig count actually came up a bit last week, but we expect the count to continue to drop as oil prices remain very weak. Therefore, less steel will be needed for these rigs. With that, scrap prices remain low, but as said earlier, there is upward pressure on prices. Importantly, last week, Nucor announced they will not restart their DRI plant in Louisiana until scrap prices improve from current depressed levels. DRI, direct reduction iron, is a scrap steel substitute. This shutdown will put upward pressure on scrap metal prices as more ferrous scrap will be needed for Nucor steel mills. This action will be a positive effect on Nucor's recycling division, as well as a positive effect on other recyclers, scrap collectors, and manufacturing companies that generate scrap ferrous metal. But it will put margin pressure on steel mills. This new graph for us shows hot roll steel prices are at multi-year lows. This should be up in the next reporting week based on price increases we have been reporting in this report. Copper dropped all week but had a nice uptick at the end of the week, with no new news though. Yet in reality, despite the uptick, copper remains near 6+ year lows. Aluminum pricing followed copper. It too was up at the end of the week. Yet it too, in reality, is at 6+ year lows. As for another new graph for us, 304 stainless steel also came up a bit last week. This chart going back over 5 years shows stainless is near 6+ year lows, and it shows prices were almost 4 times higher in 2011. Sadly, yet another North Carolina scrap operation closed last week as scrap prices have dramatically slowed incoming scrap at the retail level. As for a big positive, Numerous Securities, a major Wall Street firm, came out with a buy rating on both Nucor and Steel Dynamics. Related, Steel Dynamics released some negative news last week, but they also announced they will finish the year with record liquidity. This is very impressive on the part of the Steel Dynamics and OmniSource management teams, considering, as stated last week, the largest scrap metal company in Chicago closed its doors due to they ran out of money. On another positive, gasoline was $1.39 per gallon last week on Friday in Garden City, Kansas, and natural gas hit 13-year lows, a great thing for consumers. Lastly, our best wishes go out to Will Simmons Sr., who continues to recuperate from his terrible accident, and we wish all a very Merry Christmas. We'll be taking next week off from this report, so we'll see you next year. With that, we hope all have a safe and profitable week. My name is Greg Brown.